Happy Tuesday, y'all. I'd like to jump in here and do a little quick intro clip for this video interview I did with Heather Wiley. Heather Wiley is married to Dan Wiley. Anybody that don't know them needs to know them. You see them in any of the shows, walk up, shake your hand, and have a good chat with them. They'd love to get to know you if you don't know them. Heather is a rock in our team. Heather takes care of the magazine. Heather takes care of social media marketing. And Heather works with the interns, the intern help that we have working with us as the association. Heather does a lot. Heather has a full-time job. They have a farm. They raise show cattle. And their kids are cycling out, Isaac and Daniel, and they're becoming great products of society. They're still involved with the association and the minis, and I know Daniel's getting to the end of his show career, getting close to it probably, but great young men, and this has been a great place for these young men to be involved in and participate and grow. We are big on families and we're big on kids. We're raising our future. We're raising our future leaders, and not only raising our future leaders to come back in the association and continue the growth of cattle and continue the growth of these kids with Junior Nationals, we're also raising productive leaders in our communities, and that's what it's for. We got to make the world better. Look how ugly it is. It's gotten so out of control, and this last 2 weeks has been unbelievable. It's real scary. I'm really worried about my kid going off to college. I'm really worried about who's going to be around her. I worry about us going anywhere, sitting in a damn restaurant anymore, going to a show somewhere in a different town or community that we don't know. Is somebody going to overhear our conversation and want to harm us or something? We all have freedom of speech rights by the Constitution, number one. And we also have the First Amendment. You are not exempt from your consequences from your speech. Just remember that. You want to say some crap or do some crap that's going to cause harm and hurt, you're probably going to be held accountable, and it should be. Our Second Amendment backs up the First. And evidently, we got a society who thinks that they can hate, kill, destroy, and take out anybody they disagree with, and it's very disturbing. I was fortunate enough to meet Charlie Kirk at Texas Tech, 17 or 18, I can't remember, whenever he came, with Turning Point, and he was here for a few days on the university and also in the community, and I was very inspired by the young man. The young man was way above our time. Way above our time. Totally locked in with God. If you want an example of a Christian to be, Charlie Kirk. I mean, the guy didn't. All the false things out there are false things. The guy challenged you to debate. You better be ready to debate because the guy's going to call you. And you better back up and not regurgitate your crap because he's going to be factual. The guy is very wise, lots of wisdom. I can go on and on about Charlie Kirk. As you watch his clips and everything, and you'll see a lot of social media and a lot of stuff, if you watch it all the way through and not just get the little experts that they highlight out to twist and manipulate, if you get the whole entire conversation and topic, you get the truth. And, you know, his story, wow. Come out of high school, didn't go to college, had a vision, had a dream, lived for God, served God, worked for God, and look at what he did in Turning Point in 10, 11 years, however long it's been. And amazing wife, 2 young, amazing kids. Very heartbreaking, very heartbreaking. Not only did some nut job destroy his family and his life, they took somebody away from society that society needs. And society needs a lot more Charlie Kirks. And I'm going to leave that at that. Our livestock community, our agriculture community, we have that same opportunity. We are a close community. We all believe in God. We all work hard. We want to teach our kids morals and values. And we're thankful that we are in a position to raise lots of Charlie Kirks. And the activities that these kids learn throughout 4-H and FFA and showing and judging contests, I mean, these kids coming up, I mean, they're learning right from wrong. They're learning God. They're learning Jesus. They're learning empathy by God's love. The type of empathy that God teaches us, God gives us. They're learning grace. They're learning compassion. And we also have that in the livestock community. I mean, we're all Christians. Yes, we're a bunch of sinners, but we're all saved. And we're a bunch of Christians. And we want to improve and grow our world, our community. And what better way to do it than, with our livestock community? We're all pretty much yoked evenly on our spiritual beliefs and also our work ethics. We're raising our future, and we're raising lots of Charlie Kirks here. Get these kids involved with judging contests, speech contests, places to get them out on a microphone in front of talking with people. Let them learn Quizbo, all the different skill-a-thons to where they learn their minds, and they train to learn lots of intake, lots of right from wrong, and where they feel confident about things that they're talking about, knowing and learning. And as it grows and matures in their mind, when they get into young adults and college kids coming up and at college, these kids can walk into these universities and face the crap that we're seeing on TV every day. They're not afraid to stand up for themselves. They're not afraid to walk tall and believe in Jesus. They're not afraid to take up for their neighbor. They're not afraid to comfort somebody. They're not going to judge you because you disagree, and they're going to walk on. And we're thankful that we have an opportunity to raise lots of Charlie Kirks in our ag community and our small towns. And I'm thankful that I get to be a part of that with my kids and your kids. Best thing in the world about any of this that I still do is being involved with kids. It just gives me hope that we have young kids coming up that have a chance and will be able to stand on their own in adversity. And all these days of stock showing, projects, contests, learning adversity, dealing adversity, in and out of the show ring, in and out of the barn, when they get to be adulthood, they're going to know adversity. They've dealt with it. It may be something harder, it may be something crazier or whatever, but they're going to have the opportunity to stand up and say, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. And they're not going to run from it. So be thankful that we do live in the ag community and we are involved like we are, but it's right next door to us. It's scary. For somebody like what happened to Charlie Kirk could be any one of our kids that are in college or our friends' kids that are in college, or any of us anywhere going to a stock show at some urban restaurant, something, a town we're passing through that's not very ag friendly and not very conservative friendly, and we could face some of that crap ourselves. So everybody be vigilant and be safe. Be like Charlie Kirk. Hope y'all enjoy the interview with Heather and I, and we'll have some more stuff coming out soon before too long. We got some other shows we're going to be hitting, and we're going to be doing some podcast stories with some other stuff this fall and winter. Haven't decided which ones, but there's going to be a couple. And, of course, we're going to have a bunch of stuff for Denver, rolling up hot and heavy for a good hard week at Denver. So if there's anything anybody suggests, we take positive and healthy comments and ideas. I mean, we'll take any help we can get. You can get on the website. You can email any of the board members. You can email the association. You can text any of us. You got our emails. You got our phone numbers. We're open all the time for opportunities to grow and improve, not only the breed, but also these kids and junior nationals and a better growing experience. And hopefully, with all of us, we can make the breed better, we can make the experience for our children better, and create better leaders for our future. That's what we're all here for. So anyway, be safe on the road out there. Good luck at all the fall shows coming up this fall. That's happening, kicking off, going. We're hot and heavy in fall show season. And good luck to everybody, and be safe on the road.
Hello everybody. Today is Friday, our last day, and 2025 Junior Nationals Lubbock is officially in the books. We've had a good fun long week with everybody, and we're going to sit here and we're going to visit with you about how Junior Nationals goes and when it starts, the planning, and how it goes together, and how the week goes, and we're going to do a little recap of our week. And Heather Wiley is the marketing and social media director and coordinator with the MHBA, and any of you on social media, all the stuff coming out there, Heather's doing it. So we're going to let Heather lead off and talk about Junior Nationals and where it starts and how it's going.
Junior Nationals is a great week. Sometimes we use the hashtag the best week of summer because I know for my kids it is the best week of summer. My oldest this is probably his last year, so my kids have been doing it for a while. And it has just made such a difference in our kids' lives. We have watched as parents, watched our kids step out of their comfort zones and really learn to do things that if mom said, hey, go do this, they would never do. But when you add a little competition, you add a prize to it, and you add some friends to it, they're a little bit more willing to try some things. And it's just really neat to watch them throughout the week as they progress. And they all come, I think all the kids come here kind of timid the first couple of days and kind of stay in their little circles, and then as the events of the week go on, you see them make friends because they've got to join a fitting team, and they join in on some of the other activities, and they get to know other kids, and then by the end of the week, they know everybody's names, they're hanging out with each other. We just had our awards ceremony, they're all sitting together, and it's just really neat to see those friendships blossom, and then when they come back next year, they just pick right up where they were left off. But the best week of summer doesn't just happen overnight. This is a year-long event to be planned. Last year, as soon as we left here, some of us traveled a couple days to get home. Of course, you got to go home and kind of decompress, do laundry, unpack the trailer, all those life things. And then probably within 2 weeks, we were already working on things for this year. I believe last year we announced the venue at Lubbock, here at Lubbock at the Junior Nationals. So even while you're working on the current year, you're working for the future years, trying to come up with a venue. And that in and of itself is probably one of the hardest things that we do, just because you have so many things you have to consider. The location in the country, how far is it for people to drive? What kind of facility do they have? If it's in Texas, does it have air conditioning? Very important.
It's hot in Texas.
It's very hot in Texas. How big is the arena? Is there a makeup area within the arena? Is there room to have the meals that we do in the evenings? Is there rooms for the speech contests and places that we can get kind of away from the hustle and bustle and noise to do some of those competitions? What are the barns like? Is there enough barn space? What are tie-outs like? What about the town itself? Are there hotels close? Are there good restaurants? Those are just some of the basic things that we start with just to pick a venue. And then once you've picked that venue, then you can really start planning the event. And this year was really, really nice having Billy with boots on the ground, because many years we're all going to a city that we don't live in and we don't know. And so planning from all different cities across the country can be a challenge to find those local connections. But this year has been super great with Billy here, and able to really get some good things together for our dinner events and bringing in local companies to help with our live stream, just all kinds of different things. Being here in a college town, we learned this year what an asset it is to be in a college town and to be able to pull from Texas Tech for our interns. We just really had a great time with the interns. I know the kids had a great time, and it worked really well. So, you know, as we leave here, all the things that happened, this was, I would say, probably our best year. It was a great year. I think all of us that were on the committees or involved in any of the activities, it was a success. And, you know, as you plan all year, you have these grand ideas and you hope that it all works out. And some things work out and some things don't. And, you know, you plan games and activities for the kids, and sometimes the kids think it's the best thing ever, and sometimes they're like, eh. So you kind of go back to the drawing board on some of those things. And I really feel that this year, I think every activity that we did, everything that was planned, it was very well attended. We really appreciate the support of the parents this year. There was a lot of parent involvement, and that just really makes a difference. Our dinners, we had families sitting down together. It wasn't just some people were back in the barn and some people were at dinner. It was really a family event, and that was really nice this year as well.
Yes, this year was really fully involvement. Philly is pretty much real intimate. We had good numbers. Everybody that was here was just come together and it just gelled real fast first day on. And we have our little twerks and tweaks we want to do for next time. But really, I mean, this thing was like autopilot and come together, and I was amazed. My first time involved in being lead like this on something like this, my first experience, and it is pretty amazing, especially at the end of the week, seeing all the smiles.
Yeah. And last night we had the dancing in the dirt, and I'll be honest, when I heard that, I was like, yeah, nobody's going to come. Sometimes it's really hard, especially with a lot of the older kids. It's hard to get them out of their shells, but it was a blast. I hope the kids had as much fun as the adults did watching in the stands. There were lots of videos and pictures taking, and you looked around the arena and everybody had a smile on their face, whether you were watching or participating. It was just a great event and just made you feel good about the week and the participation from everybody and just what the week is all about. And it is about showing cattle. We are here for a cattle show, but it's about so much more than that. It's about learning. It's about meeting new people. And we have on our website that we want every kid to go home with a list of accomplishments. And accomplishments are not always measured in ribbons and banners. We passed out a lot of buckles and banners and ribbons this week and even today. But sometimes your list of accomplishments is doing something you never thought you could do. Trying a speech contest or a sales contest and being so nervous and planning and preparing, and then all of a sudden succeeding at it. Whether it's just because you got up there in front of somebody and you were speaking, or because you won an award, or both. So we just really want people to try things and succeed. And I think everybody succeeded here. And even, not everybody goes home a winner, but there's so many competitions that everybody can be involved in that you have lots of opportunities to be a winner. But there's games and your team can win, or just meeting new people and having fun. That's an accomplishment in and of itself.
We truly feel this week was a great success. All of the kids are going to go home smiling and tired, and they're going to go home and they've grown, and they're going to have more memories to reflect on, and the times they got to share with their families and all their new friends. And like Heather said, just besides showing cattle, we're here to have fun, we're here to learn, and we're here to teach and grow these kids. That's our ultimate goal, is teaching kids, teaching our future. And if we don't teach our future, who's going to? Social media, Facebook, whatever. So it's our responsibility as adults to teach our future, our kids, and also other kids. And fortunately, we have a wonderful ag industry that we get to be involved with. And we have a wonderful association. I mean, we're very unique. Miniature Herefords. Big cattle are big cattle. We all have big cattle too, but Miniature Hereford's unique, and all these littles that start at 3 years old and up. And I mean, what a fun time. And if you want to do something fun and you want to get your kids involved with a great opportunity, support your local ag community, support your local 4-H. Get involved, get around good families. Miniature Herefords, docile, friendly, easygoing, Easy for mom and dad and easy for the 3-year-olds. I promise you, you will not regret what the decision. Anyway, we just wanted to do a brief description and give everybody an update on what it takes about Junior Nationals and what it takes to put it on and how it goes and with what happened there this week in Lubbock. And we have a brand that we're building with the MHBA and MHYF, and we feel our brand is really solid and we're growing, and our kids and our families, that's our number one priority, and then
Absolutely.
our cattle. Well, thanks, Heather. And I guess
Thanks,
you guys
Wiley.
are going to have a long ride home. Where are you guys going back to?
We are going back to Ohio, and I will say that this is the first time that at least 3, maybe all 4, well, 3 of us have been, from my family, have been in Texas, so we got to check that off, check that box. 21 and a half hour drive, so I'm not sure that I really want to drive to Texas again, but we got a 21 and a half hour drive home, so.
Well, you got Texas marked off your bucket list.
I got it marked off my bucket list.
One of us are going to be up there somewhere else soon. Same
Yes,
thing.
and I will say Texas is hot, really, really hot.
Everything's bigger in Texas, including the heat.
It is.
Well, that's a quick recap of 2025 Junior Nationals in Lubbock. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.